Hello and welcome to highlights of Horizon Racing League Season 7, round number 1, the British Grand Prix from Silverstone, and a slightly different perspective to what you may have been used to in Seasons 5 and 6. But I'll get onto that in just a moment. Let's see how Season 6 ended, and then we'll talk a little bit about what to expect from Season 7. Scottish took victory in the last race of the year at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, getting double points in the process and securing second place in the championship. But I'm Your Mate took most victories in Season 6. Six Pompano and Hydrojax were the only other victors other than the Scottish. The Scottish took that last victory by 3.5 seconds from I'm Your Mate, who took fastest lap. Six Pompano was third, Tommy Ash got driver of the day in fourth. Bunny's Vengeance, Vampire, Vibs, Syme, Perpetual and Machan took the remaining points on offer in the top 10. I'm Your Mate had already claimed the driver's title for the third time in succession after winning the previous round. The Scottish secured second, just 7 points ahead of Six Pompano. Bunny's Vengeance beat the other two Platinum Class drivers into fourth, while DJ Davasaurus took 13th and Andy took 10th for other class winners. And then, as you can see, Cyber Celine, Mago, Three Porter, Stevie, Jimmy and Scornful Griffin down at the back. 34 drivers signed up and or raced last season. Bumper year for Horizon. I'm Your Mate took Platinum Class along with overall honours. The Scottish took second, just 18 points ahead of Six Pompano. Tommy Ash secured fourth ahead of Vampire in the Platinum Class. Bunny's Vengeance took Gold Class after Psych Snipes was disqualified for jumping the start in Las Vegas. Perpetual managed to round out the year with 140 points in Gold as well. Andy took Silver Class honours by 22 points ahead of Bazza. Vibs took third, fairly comfortably ahead of DRS Syme, who rounded out the Silver Class honours. DJ Davasaurus took bronze by just 3 points ahead of Machan. Rover was secure on his own in third, while Lewis and Alfie were fourth and fifth in bronze. Joker took D-Class honours ahead of Hydrojack. Cyber Celine, being the only D-Class in the final round, means that he catapulted himself up to third ahead of Mr. Sacklebecker, Mago, Scornful Griffin and Jimmy Alex, the only other D-Class drivers to score points while part of the D-Class. And Ferrari took Constructors, fairly comfortably ahead of McLaren, who edged out RB for second. Williams took fourth ahead of Aston Martin, Mercedes, Alpine, Haas, while our reservists, Horizon Racing, finished ahead of Sauber and Red Bull. This is how Season 7 looks as the British Grand Prix first off before Saudi Arabia, Monaco, Brazil, reverse round at Holland, Mexico, Hungary, Italy, Miami, and then a random round at the end of the season which will be drawn right at the death. And the reason I don't know what it is because I will be driving for Williams alongside WHM Bazza. Simon Vibs are at Alpine, Stormpoint and Sacklebecker at Aston Martin, Ferrari's I'm Your Mate, Haas with the Scottish, Tommy Ash Cyber Celine at Sauber, Dabasaurus Joker at RB, Vampire Godrado at Mercedes, Bunny's Vengeance Rover at McLaren, Six is at Red Bull, while the Horizon Racing reservists are Andy and Psych Snipes. I will be back in the car driving during Season 7. And that is why your highlights are going to be of a varying perspective. So the highlights for these rounds will be taking more of a format like Blue Flag Bandits, my other series on the channel, where it will be a POV perspective of the race through the best and possibly worst moments. But let's take a look at where we're racing first off. The genesis of the Formula One World Championship, Silverstone in Great Britain, the iconic Northamptonshire aerodrome turned racing circuit. Wins for Lucas Scottish, and I'm your mate Ian Horizon, but nobody anywhere near Lewis Hamilton. Going on to the lap then past the Silverstone wing down the Hamilton straight, heading towards Abbey. You don't have to lift off, the car will automatically slow for you through here, then it's Farm immediately to the left. Towards Village, a heavy braking zone. Tight on entry, you've really got to get a good exit before you head onto the loop. And this one is one where you just wait and wait and wait before you can get on the power. You flick through Aintree and open the DRS, then the Wellington straight, heading down towards the old circuit. First, it's Brooklands. You brake heavy, but you try and let the car drift through, turn it back into the middle of the apex before swinging round Luffield. Another one where you run out wide, and then coax the car back in through Woodcote. Down the old start-finish straight towards Copse. Easily flat in the modern era. A car one at a time through there, probably for the best. Heading now towards the iconic Maggots Beckett's Chapel complex. It's Maggots first. Get a bit of curb as you enter. Then through Beckett's, try and slow it off, and then you need to slow a little bit more before Chapel. And that's been opened out towards the hangar straight. DRS once again. Heading down towards Stowe. A brilliant place to overtake if you can get it right. But you get a bit of medium brake in there, but you keep the speed up. You can run it wide and across the curbing, but not too far, else you will get track limits before you head down into Vale. And then into this tight, fiddly section before Club is your final corner to the right, across the line, back past the Silverstone wing. So that's the iconic Silverstone. Everybody knows this circuit, everybody loves this circuit, I think. And here I would normally place highlights from qualifying, maybe the best lap or a moment or two that I may have had. I was booted by a dodgy internet connection just before qualifying kicked off, so I didn't get to qualify. We ended up broadcasting qualifying, and this is how the grid ended up. Stormpoint took a pole on debut at 6 Bolpano. Tommy's in third place ahead of Vampire, Vibs, Bunny's Vengeance, Sign, Bazza, Joker and Godrado on debut, finishing inside the top 10. And the back half of the grid is Cyber Celine and DJ Dapasaurus. I'm your mate, starting there at the back with a personal handicap to see how he performs. I slot in between him and the Scottish joining late and starting right at the back of the pack. A little bit of a mountain to climb in the first race, but we had intermediate conditions in Northamptonshire. Let's take a look at my best moments of round one. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5. And away we go for round 1 of season 7 of the Horizon Racing League. The Scottish is kind of hanging back into Abbey. Don't blame him. Bits of carbon fibre everywhere. We just about avoid Cyber Celine, who lost the rear and nearly went spinning. Oh, it's all got a little bit chaotic here. There was a Williams involved there. That was Bazza. We've moved up the inside of Dabasaurus. Whoa, we have to run wide of Godrado, who nearly lost the rear. Bazza's in behind us, but does have front wing damage. And look to the inside of Godrado. Through Luffield, nothing doing there. Godrado running wide through Copse. I feel I can get past him, but I've just got to pick my moment here. First track limits warning immediately. Got to try to avoid them today. Especially in conditions such as these. Nobody in the pits at the end of the first lap. Must only be minor damage for Bazza in the other Williams. I say other Williams, I am supposed to be in a Williams, let's not forget. like Cy, My Mate and Joker are fighting up ahead. And the Scottish is fighting behind. The normal fast guys seem to be struggling in these conditions. We just need to stay consistent. And we might having to defend up ahead from Godorado. If the two of them come together, there's a couple of easy spots to be made. Quite quick enough here to get the overrun.
Keep taking care of them.
I don't want to go for anything too crazy early though. I'm going to use the ERS to get me close enough here. Not going to be close enough for a dive into Stowe. Happy to not be losing these guys though.
So this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future.
There's an opportunity there, I think, to maybe go for it, but putting Godorado under enough pressure here. Maybe makes it past Syme. Maybe make though in the pits. Early stop for the Dutchman. Just finally found his feet. Godorado's run wide. Okay, there's a little opportunity. Try not to slide into the side of the Mercedes. This is as close as we've been now. Godorado stays out wide. We make it through. His tyres have gone as well. Now we've got the Scottish behind us, and he's not going to be there for long, I don't think.
It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
There's the first penalty. And immediately on to another warning. I'm not the only one, though, at least.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.9 seconds.
You have a chance to defend from the Scottish. He went by. He also gets a penalty as well as I pick up another warning. So I'm down to... I'm already on the cusp of 6 seconds. That's frustrating. We've been going fairly well. It's looking a little worse for him. I do kind of want to run it out to my scheduled stop on lap 13 rather than go early. I'm not the kindest to my tyres.
Temperatures are vital for tyre wear, so try to keep them green, please.
Vibs picks up a 3-second time penalty behind us.
Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
There goes Storm Point. Be careful of the pit entrance here. Maybe a touch too slow, but that's okay. Looks like Davasaurus is following us in.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn.
Away we go.
Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
P11 at the moment. I feel like Godorado. And is that Syme? That's Bazza. Yeah, Godorado and Bazza will go past us.
Okay, stay clear of the white line.
We'll drop to 13th, we're out the points.
For dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Scottish is in pit lane. We'll not move past this. I was going to say we'll move past the Scottish. We won't.
The car ahead has significant front wing damage. It might need to pit.
Has the Scottish lost a front wing on the way out of the pits, I wonder? Or are we just having that glitch again where there's no front wing on the Ferrari? Scottish does appear to be struggling. So maybe he has lost his front wing.
Situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now.
He moves out the way. I think he has. Yeah, he has lost his front wing. Must have hit the wall coming out of the pits. So he'll be pitting in again. At the moment we're falling out the points by virtue of our penalty. Really do want to keep that to just the one track limits penalty today. I am one warning away from another one, so I've got to be very careful. We are closing on the pair ahead. Dabasaurus coming with us. Dabasaurus now, though, gets a time penalty, so works in our favour. It looks like Baz has gone past Godorado up ahead. Looks like the first stint. It's taken me a few laps to get in the swing of it, but we're running fairly consistently at the moment, and I'm happy with that. I'm your mate there as well. I think it is. I'm your mate really not having a day of it today. Whether he's made a mistake or had to pit again, I don't know. Colorado, though, appears to be struggling at this point. I'm going to move up the inside through Woodcut, or Luffield, whichever corner that is. We're through, back up into P11.
Good job, nice overtake.
Dabasaurus, though, staying with us.
Okay,
Got a safety car.
deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Not sure what's happened. Got a safety car. See what everybody else does. How are the tyres? Oh, they are pretty worn. People are going in.
The pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
By the time I get to the pits, Bunny will have come and gone.
Okay, we can't take you right now. Pit next lap. Next lap. The pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out. Okay, we can't take you right now. Pit next lap. Next lap.
Godorado in as well, so not going to be losing out here. Simon's gone to mediums.
Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Dabasaurus has jumped us, but we do jump Bazza. Simon mediums is a bold call here. by the Alpine.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
As I suspected. Just about catch up to the back of the pack in time.
Safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
Nearly into the back of Dabasaurus, that was close. Then into the back of Dabasaurus. As everybody backed off again. Tommy leading the pack. Simon on the mediums just ahead of us. Cyber Celine on the inside.
Okay, clear.
I was expecting ghosting as we normally get with lapped cars, and there goes Simon backwards. The medium's not the right call. Get away with a couple there, I think. We're into the top 10. A little wide through Chapel. Could have had a good run. Should have had a better run. Conrado, is he going to take a look? He might do, you know. We'll stay to the inside at Stowe. The Mercedes off. Joker's been pushed wide there by Vebs. He's got Dabasaurus in behind him. The two RBs go side to side. We have to back off to avoid the back of Dabasaurus. It does give us the opportunity to make the run. We're through.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
Dabasaurus takes a look through Abbey. A bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but we both get through alive. An ultimate lap of this one. Can we get away from Dabasaurus enough to be safe just for a bit?
The car ahead has front wing damage. It'll be lacking downforce, so keep pushing. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Last lap of this one. The safety car near the end here has really made it quite the exciting finish. Dabasaurus right in behind us. Can we hold the RB off? He's not going to take a look from that far back into Brooklands. Stay tight through Luffield and Woodcote. Not going to have a go into Cops, surely. We'll bluff a little bit. Can we stay ahead of him towards Stowe? Slip off the curb a little bit. We get on what little of our ERS we've got left. As Tommy takes the victory in the Sauber. Great start to life at Sauber for Tommy. But we'll come round club and we'll take P9. I'll take that. I will take that. A solid start to season 7 there, taking P9 on the road. After a couple of decent battles with some guys around my pace, but let's take a look at the classified results. Tommy took race victory and starts the season being the first new name on the board. Hopefully it'll be one of many this year rather than just 2 or 3. But a great start for our Platinum class driver. He took victory by 4.6 seconds along with fastest lap. I'm Your Mate ended up third with driving today. Bunny's Vengeance was fourth, Vampire was fifth, Joker was the cleanest driver in sixth, Vibbs took seventh. I ended up eighth with a time penalty for Storm Point for readying up early, with Dabasaurus, Quadrado, Bazza and Syme taking the points in round one. And that means the driver standings are as race results. We're in P8, just ahead of Dabasaurus, Godrado, Bazza, Syme, Stormpoint, Scottish, Cyber, Celine, Rover, Sacklebecker, Andy and Cyclopes yet to get on the board. In Platinum, Tommy leads the way ahead of Six Pompano, I'm Your Mate, Vampire and the Scottish. The Scottish had a pretty poor day in Britain, but will likely come back in the coming rounds. In Gold class, Bunny's Vengeance leads the way just ahead of Joker. Bazza is in third, my teammate there, with Syme and Stormpoint rounding up the 5 in Gold. In Silver, Vibbs leads the way ahead of Godrado and Dabasaurus, who moves into Silver after taking Bronze honours last season. Amazingly, I lead the way in Bronze class. No Rover, no Mr. Sacklebecker, which means it was only me and Cyber Celine, and I finished comfortably ahead of the Sabre driver to lead Bronze after round 1. And in D class, nobody has any points, neither driver managing to partake in round number 1, but expect those two to start picking up points, and any new drivers who may join getting in that fight as well. In the Constructors, Sauber lead the way just ahead of Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren and RB to take the top 6, with McLaren and RB level on points. Williams, my team, level on points with Alpine 7 a pop, Haas, Aston Martin and our reservists yet to score points. So that was round 1 in Great Britain. Actually a fairly solid start to the season. Next up is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah, which is going to be a very different challenge. But like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. I'll see you for the next one. Take care. Bye for now.